Wednesday, I wanted to be her so badly. And my older siblings and my Theo were watching, and I asked if I could watch the movie with them because I loved movies, and they said, no, you're gonna be too scared. They sent me to my room, and I remember peeking around the corner of my hallway to watch the film, and I literally only saw his hand. I screamed in terror because I knew he was this murderous doll. And then every year, I would have a nightmare about a hand up until I was about 15.
She's a bit more Wednesday than I am.
Confused her, you don't blink.
I think I got kind of annoying about it on set, to be honest, because I would have to restart a take if I started, because sometimes you start crying.
Yeah,
It was
totally.
Romanian winter, there was all this wind in my face. I learned to blink on other people's lines.
So you were...
How tall is Jenna Ortega? I'm 6'4". I've got my head in the clouds. No, I'm 5'1", or maybe a touch less.
In the black and white wardrobe, it's funny because I remember on the first day looking in the mirror and not really recognizing myself, but then you do it for 8 months, and by the end you're just thinking, get it off of me.
Right.
Living in LA, I do know that I'm Libra, and I have been told, you're such a Libra. And we're apparently really indecisive, and I am.
Oh, they had a prom, but then Disney also has like a separate prom for their kids.
They do?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Disney has a prom for young stars?
Yeah.
Is Jenna Ortega and Maddie friends? I'm assuming they're talking about the beautiful, wonderful baby angel face, Maddie Ziegler, and the answer is yes. She's one of my greatest friends ever. She was somebody that I instantly clicked with. We did a movie called The Fallout a couple years back, and I feel like Maddie and I are the same person in different fonts.
I remember my younger sister had started cheerleading, and it was a really big deal to her. You know, in order to participate, you had to have a certain costume, so I bought that costume for her so that my parents wouldn't have to pay for it. But she, of course, she was very appreciative, and I think it was a sweet thing for us for a little bit. My first audition, it was for a commercial, the first year that I started acting.
First, grab a brush. Soft bristles are best.
It was super easy. I thought it went so well. I was so excited. I told my mom.
I think people are gonna like this.
I love her.
You work hard at the show, and like on top of that, you're like gonna choreograph your own dance.
Yeah, oh my God, I was kicking myself. I felt like such a fool. I was like, I'm not a dancer. I don't do any of that. I have no experience in that field.
I don't know. I feel like Zendaya always dresses really well. I feel like she's like a good modern day fashion icon. Every time I see her, it's like, oh, of course, it looks like it was made for her.
Oh, it's such a cruel world.
Jenna, you've said you wanted to become...
Sorry.
Jenna.
How Jenna Ortega? How is Jenna Ortega? It's been a long time since someone asked me that. It's, I just refer to myself as it. Truthfully speaking, I'm in a little bit of a better place than I was in the beginning of the year, and that's a really wonderful feeling, and I've recently worked on jobs that I had very memorable experiences on, so I'm very fortunate. I'm a very privileged girl.
Just first say, you're very young, you're 20 years old, right?
Correct.
You've been acting for more than half of your life, since you were, how old?
Since I was 9, like the most, I had a pretty big Old Navy commercial. And I was accidentally McDonald's girl for a year because 3 unrelated casting directors hired me in McDonald's commercials.
Really?
Yeah.